Do you let a single rude comment ruin your entire day? One small mistake at work make you spiral into self-doubt for hours? You lie awake at night replaying awkward moments, rethinking every word, and feeling overwhelmed by anxiety? That's not sensitivity, that's a lack of emotional strength. And today, I'm sharing 3 Stoic rules to build unshakable emotional control in 2026. Welcome back to Stoic Strength. If you've ever been paralyzed by fear, consumed by jealousy, or crushed by criticism, this video is for you. Emotions are not enemies. They're signals from your mind, telling you what matters most. But when you let emotions control your decisions, your words, or your actions, they become a prison. The Stoics mastered emotional balance 2,000 years ago, and their rules are more powerful today than ever. Let's dive into the 3 rules that will turn you from an emotional prisoner into an emotional master. First rule: separate the event from your judgment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You are not your experiences, you are the observer of them." Think about this for a second. A rude email lands in your inbox. The event is just words on a screen. But your judgment? That's where the pain lives. You think, "They hate me," or "I'm incompetent," and suddenly, a simple email turns into a day of suffering. The Stoic secret is that emotions don't come from events, they come from the stories you tell yourself about events. Let me give you a real example. A viewer named Mike used to get anxious before every team meeting. He'd rehearse his points for hours, terrified of messing up or being judged. One day, he missed a deadline, and his manager said, "We need to talk about this." Mike spiraled. He thought he was going to be fired, that his career was over. But then he applied the first Stoic rule. He paused and asked himself, "What's the event, and what's my judgment?" The event was, "My manager wants to discuss a missed deadline." His judgment was, "I'm going to be fired, I'm a failure." He realized the judgment was just a story, not the truth. He reframed it, "My manager wants to fix the issue, not fire me. I can control how I respond." When he walked into the meeting, he was calm. He explained the issue, proposed a solution, and his manager praised him for taking responsibility. Mike said, "That day, I learned that emotions are optional. I get to choose how I interpret the world." Daily practice: when you feel triggered, angry, anxious, sad, pause for 30 seconds. Write down the event in one sentence, then write your judgment in another. Then ask, is this judgment 100% true? Or is it just a story I'm telling myself? Over time, this practice will help you stop reacting impulsively and start responding with intention. Second rule: embrace negative emotions instead of fighting them. Stoics taught that resistance makes pain stronger. Think about the last time you felt sad, anxious, or angry. What did you do? Did you try to push the feeling away? Distract yourself with work, social media, or food? Did that work? Probably not. In fact, the more you fight a negative emotion, the more power it gains. The Stoic approach is the opposite: embrace the emotion, acknowledge it, and learn from it. Let's take anxiety as an example. Anxiety is your mind's way of saying, "This matters to you, prepare yourself." But most of us turn that into panic, overthinking, and avoidance. Instead, the Stoics say, sit with the anxiety. Say out loud, "I am feeling anxious right now. This emotion is real, and it's telling me I care about this situation." Then ask, what can I learn from this anxiety? What is it trying to protect me from? A viewer named Lily struggled with social anxiety for years. She'd avoid parties, gatherings, even talking to strangers, because she was terrified of being embarrassed. One day, she decided to try the Stoic practice. She went to a small dinner party, and as soon as she walked in, her anxiety spiked. Instead of leaving, she sat down, took a deep breath, and said, "I am anxious. This emotion is telling me I care about making a good impression." She then asked herself, what do I need to do to feel calm? Just be present, listen, and be myself. She stayed for the entire party, had genuine conversations, and realized her anxiety wasn't a threat, it was a guide. Lily said, "Embracing my emotions didn't make them go away, but it took away their power. I stopped being afraid of anxiety, and that's when I started to overcome it." Daily practice: each day, pick one negative emotion you felt: sadness, anger, jealousy. Spend 2 minutes sitting with it, no judgment. Ask, what is this emotion trying to teach me? What does it want me to know about myself? Write down your answers. This practice will help you turn pain into growth, and emotions into wisdom. Third rule: practice Premeditatio Malorum, visualize the worst-case scenario. This ancient Stoic practice translates to the premeditation of evils. It sounds scary, but it's one of the most powerful ways to build resilience. Here's what it means: instead of ignoring your fears, visualize them. Imagine the worst possible outcome of a situation, then plan how you would handle it. This desensitizes you to fear, because you realize that even the worst case is manageable. It also helps you appreciate what you have, because you're forced to confront loss, failure, or discomfort. Let's say you're scared of giving a presentation at work. Most of us visualize messing up, forgetting our lines, and being humiliated in front of the team. But we don't plan for it. The Stoic approach is to visualize the worst case: what if I forget my notes? What if I stumble over my words? What if the team questions my ideas? Then plan: if I forget my notes, I can pause, take a breath, and speak from the heart. If I stumble, I can laugh it off and keep going. If they question my ideas, I can explain my reasoning calmly. Once you've done this, the fear loses its grip. You realize that even if the worst happens, you can handle it. A viewer named Tom was terrified of flying. He'd cancel family trips, miss business meetings, and spend days before a flight in a state of panic. He learned about Premeditatio Malorum and decided to try it. He visualized the worst case. What if the plane hits turbulence? What if there's a mechanical issue? What if I have a panic attack mid-flight? Then he planned, if there's turbulence, I can stay seated, fasten my seatbelt, and focus on my breathing. If there's a mechanical issue, the pilots are trained to handle it. If I have a panic attack, I can use the breathing techniques I learned to calm down. He booked a short flight, and during the flight, he visualized the worst case and reminded himself of his plan. The turbulence hit, but he stayed calm. He landed safely, and his panic was gone. Tom said, "Premeditatio Malorum didn't make flying fun, but it made it manageable. I stopped being afraid of the unknown, because I learned how to handle the known." Daily practice. Each morning, spend 1 minute visualizing one potential setback in your day, missing a deadline, a fight with a loved one, a bad meeting. Then write down how you would handle it. This practice builds resilience, so when challenges actually happen, you're not caught off guard. Let's recap the 3 Stoic rules to build unshakable emotional strength. First, separate the event from your judgment. Stop letting stories control your emotions. Second, embrace negative emotions instead of fighting them. Learn from your feelings, don't run from them. Third, practice premeditatio malorum. Visualize the worst case and plan for it, so fear no longer controls you. Emotional strength is not about never feeling pain. It's about not being controlled by pain. It's about choosing how you respond to the world, instead of letting the world respond to you. Stoic strength is about building a mind that remains calm in chaos, that stays true to itself in difficult times, and that turns every emotion into a tool for growth. Drop a comment. What emotion do you struggle with most? Anger, anxiety, self-doubt, or something else? Drop it below, and I'll reply with a custom Stoic tip to help you build unshakable emotional strength. Subscribe to Stoic Strength and build your unbreakable mindset. New videos every week to help you become mentally stronger, calmer, and unstoppable. Hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. And remember, you have the power to control your emotions. It's not about being emotionless, it's about being emotional, but in control. Build your Stoic strength. Be unshakable.